Sur quoi tu voulais mettre l'accent pour, en préparation? Évidemment, rendu à ce point-là, c'est simplement retrouver les repères puis corriger certaines choses, mais évidemment, pour prendre l'avantage aussi à force égale contre les Capitals, qu'est-ce que vous devez faire dans le match numéro 5?
Il faut avoir la rondelle un petit peu plus, il faut exécuter plus. Je trouve que c'est ça une petite différence. Notre game défensive, on a assez bien joué notre game défensive pour peut-être gagner le match. Nos unités spéciales, ils ont très bien fait ça pour peut-être gagner. Je pense qu'une place qui nous a fait mal un petit peu, c'est notre game offensive un petit peu, puis c'est l'exécution.
Est-ce que l'année est disponible pour toi demain?
Il est day-to-day, je pense. Il est encore day-to-day, oui.
Est-ce que vous laissez les gars ici derrière ou si tout le monde vous accompagne?
Je pense que tout le monde nous accompagne.
Y compris Samuel et Alexandre?
Sam, je suis pas sûr.
Dans le cas d'Alexandre, tu as regardé les matchs, évidemment, j'imagine. As-tu l'impression qu'il était ciblé par les Capitals, peut-être plus que d'autres joueurs de ton équipe?
Ben, je sais pas s'il était ciblé, mais c'est sûr quand ils amènent leur forecheck, ça dérange pas c'est qui. Le gars qui touche à la POC qui est ciblé. Fait que c'est une équipe qui forecheck hard, puis on savait que ça s'en venait. Puis je trouve qu'on est quand même capable de faire les premières actions, contre cette pression-là. Des fois, c'est la troisième action qui nous fait mal. On a battu la pression, mais on n'est pas capable d'exécuter l'autre bord de la pression.
Ciblé ou pas, est-ce que c'est un défenseur qui est bon pour accepter une mise en échec?
Oui.
Ça fait partie de lui.
Oui. Non, il joue la game.
Si tu dois t'en passer, à quel point ça fait mal à la brigade ou comment le remplacer peut-être?
Bien, c'est collectivement. Je pense que tu ne remplaces pas un joueur de même juste avec un autre joueur. C'est collectivement. Mais on va voir demain.
Mais un peu dans ce sens-là, comment tu vois l'influence et l'importance de Matheson, un vétéran qui peut prendre beaucoup plus de minutes que les autres?
Non, mais c'est pas juste un gars, comme je le dis. Ça va être une couple de gars, il va falloir qui pick up the slack, si mettons c'est ça.
Vous reveniez d'un congé, Martin. Vous étiez pas mal tous émotifs, évidemment, après le dernier match, puis ça se comprenait aussi. Mais c'était quoi l'état d'esprit aujourd'hui? Qu'est-ce que tu as vu dans le visage de tes joueurs?
Les gars, on est confiants. On sait qu'on est capable de jouer avec eux autres. Je sais qu'il va falloir être plus surgical un petit peu la prochaine game. Puis, on regarde pas la montagne, on regarde un match. Fait que je sais qu'on a une équipe qui sont capables d'aller gagner un match sur la route.
Tu as donné un petit peu plus d'opportunités avec Demidov, notamment en première vague. Comment tu trouves sa courbe de progression? Là? Évidemment, il est arrivé en fin de saison, des matchs très difficiles pour apprendre, mais comment tu trouves qu'il évolue?
Non, je trouve qu'il évolue. Je trouve qu'il évolue bien. Ses touches, il y a des bonnes touches, puis je trouve qu'il a l'air de plus en plus confortable.
Quand tu parles d'être plus chirurgical, dans quel aspect du jeu?
C'est dans tout, mais l'exécution, ça c'est sûr. Puis tu fais une erreur défensivement dans la game, ça coûte le match. Tu regardes la game hier, Tampa, Floride, c'est la même chose. Ils ont eu un bonbon sur le but gagnant, ils ont une erreur défensive sur le but égalisateur. Puis ils sont pas séparés sur le power play au début de la troisième. La ligne est fine. Tu regardes ce match-là, la ligne est tellement fine qu'il faut que tu sois surgical.
So Struble, perhaps coming in, depending on what Alex's situation.
Excuse me?
Ken Struble. Where is his history over the second half of the season being played?
We're confident in Strubes if he has to come in. He's a good hockey player. He's played some really good hockey for us this year. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
But does having you have guys who have played together.
Listen, at this time of the season, you got to be ready for anything, So, to me, I'm not so discouraged. You just got to try to go out there and get the job done.
Marty, Tom Wilson had a big impact that last game. What's the key for your team to control him?
Well, we'll try to get in his way a little bit to help our Ds, that's for sure. Having the puck more, especially in the O-zone where, he can't play to his strength when that happens. So you got to be calculated there. I think if we're more in possession and space, I feel like, you kind of eliminate the forecheck, but that takes some high execution, and that's the plan. You saw we can do it. Saw in Game 3, and I don't think you're going to eliminate Wilson. Like he's going to have pockets in the game where he's going to be Wilson. Let's try to minimize those instances.
The play where Perry got hurt, it looked like he was almost caught in no man's land.
Yeah, a little bit.
Go for the puck or not? What's his with the courage of him?
Of course, he's close to the red, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does the same thing if he's 10 feet from the red or, to the blue line. He's just, trying to gain territory and he's not afraid to put his body on the line to do that. Right? So, I think it's just, it was a perfect circumstance, for where Wilson was on the ice, where the puck was, the type of player Carzy is. So, hopefully you can minimize those.
Marty, it's obviously your first playoff as a head coach, your first elimination scenario. Have you figured out what words of wisdom you might have for the team tomorrow night?
Yeah, one word.
Win?
Nope.
Momentum?
Thank you.
I didn't hear that.
Momentum. That's all you need to
okay.
grab. You need to go grab the momentum. Obviously, it would come with a win, but, it starts, all the actions during the game that helps you keep the momentum and steal it back when you lose it quicker.
Est-ce que le momentum, t'as l'air de penser que ça se transporte d'un match à l'autre?
Oui.
C'est ta vision des choses, parce que je me rappelle de Paul Maurice l'année dernière qui disait chaque match en série est une histoire différente.
Oui, c'est sûr, mais si tu finis avec le momentum le soir d'avant, tu es capable d'amener ça. Puis ça veut pas dire que tu vas l'avoir tout de suite, mais tu peux aller le chercher vite. Tu sais pas si tu vas-tu gagner le premier face-off, tu vas-tu avoir possession ou tu vas pouvoir te défendre. Mais es-tu capable de ne pas leur donner du momentum en allant jouer ta game puis aller le gagner?
How do you like Jake's ability to adapt to different types of line mates?
I think he's done that all year. He's a guy that can play up and down the lineup. He does a lot of things for us. I'm not surprised.
Marty, I'm sure you've
His
seen.
ability to secure possession off the faceoff, how do you think that helps Demidov?
Of course. Yeah, starting with the puck always helps offensive players, so we're trying to maximize that.
Marty, I imagine you've watched video of that Wilson hit on Cario, and if so, what were your thoughts after seeing it?
I think I just talked about it. Did I talk about it in English?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Marty, sorry. You said it could be 2-2. Obviously, it could be 3-1 for your team. It's one thing to learn. Your team has learned how to win in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Is it another thing to learn how to win in the playoffs?
I would say yes. I think it comes at a steeper price. The physicality. There's got to be some kind of courage, probably a little more involved in collective courage, I guess, in the playoff. But you don't get to live that without going through it. That's what we're doing.
Last one.
Are you calling anyone up to go to Washington?
No.
Vos chiffres, Martin, offensifs, reposent beaucoup sur votre premier trio, sur le trio de Nick. Vous allez jouer un match, vous allez probablement avoir besoin de tout le monde. Qu'est-ce que tu peux attendre des autres offensivement? Qu'est-ce que tu souhaites avoir?
Je te dirais la même chose, peut-être un petit peu plus de finition, c'est sûr. Mais si tu regardes les trios qu'on a mis ensemble dans les 3 derniers, tu parles de la troisième période, je trouve qu'on est capable de générer assez d'offensives. La dernière game, j'aurais aimé ça d'en générer plus, mais tu as une bonne équipe de l'autre côté. Mais en général, je pense qu'on est capable de faire ça. Si on peut-tu finir sur nos chances? Je pense que c'est ça, la ligne est fine, tu crées des chances, es-tu capable de finir? Ça fait partie de monter ton pourcentage de gagner quand tu fais ça.
Merci,
Merci.
Martin. Ça sera pas long, les gars. On va une 2 minutes.
He does everything so well. I think doesn't really have many weaknesses in his game. He plays hard. He's a perfect player to have on your team for playoffs, and he plays the game the right way. He's simple, straight line hockey. Pucks on and off his stick. I think obviously don't really know what's going on, if he'll be in tomorrow or not, but he's a huge part of our team. So,
from the look of the first 4 games, do you feel that he might have been a target for the Caps players somehow?
who, Carzy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure they're trying to come after all of our D. I think any playoff series, it's a pretty big emphasis is being hard in the forecheck, being hard in the D, not giving them time to make plays. And, I'm sure they were saying to run our D, and we're saying the same thing. So, I don't know if there's a target on his back or anyone's back, but I'm sure they're just trying to play hard. So,
how much does the level of respect goes even higher, knowing the courage it takes to make a play like that, knowing that the other guy is coming also?
Yeah, no, he's plays the game the right way. He knows that sometimes you got to take hits to make plays, and it's playoff hockey. You got to do that. You can't shy away from that stuff, and unfortunately, he took a pretty big one there. So it's definitely one we remember, and it's and obviously don't like to see that. So.
What makes you confident going to Washington, and especially knowing you were close pretty much the 4 games?
Yeah, I think the series can be flipped either way. I think we know that in here. We have a lot of belief in this room. We don't think that we're out of this one bit. So we have a lot of confidence going into tomorrow, and we got nothing to lose right now. So we're just going to go play.
Losing Sam and Alex, is it encouraging to see Patrick out there this morning?
Yeah, no, for sure. Again, he's a big part of our team. 20 goals this year. Good for our power play, good offensively. Does a lot of things for us, big body on the ice. So, again, don't know what's the plan with him, but it was good to see him out there. He looked good. So.
They've been doing a good job of towing the line of what's allowed so far in this series. Do you think you guys could take a little bit more liberties towing that line as well?
Again, I don't know. It's you could, but we just gotta go play. Don't really worry about that. So,
Thank you,
Thanks, guys. Merci. Thanks.
You've had some opportunities around, especially when one goal can mean.
Yeah,
so much
exactly,
of a big
exactly.
difference.
It's some things that you think about after the game, or wish you could bury some of those chances. Especially like you said, in this time of the year, it's one goal can kind of be the difference in those situations. But just trying to do my part, trying to do as much as I can to help the team win and continue to do that.
Losing Sam, losing Alex. Good to see Patrick out there this morning in practice.
Yeah, it's great. I think everyone on the team knows they can step up if need be. Having Dobie step in is big. We're confident in everyone in this room that's playing or not playing. If they need to step in, they'll do the job. That's been our mindset all year.
The 3-1 deficit, the fact that there are 6 guys who did it against the Maple Leafs 4 years ago. How much has that felt in the room?
Yeah, it's good to have guys that have gone through situations like that for sure. I think we'll lean on those guys. We'll lean on guys with experience and guys that have experienced what it's like in playoff times like this. But I think this is our first day together since the loss. So just getting together, kind of being together, and making sure we're all ready to go is kind of where we're at right now.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Mindset pretty much to it.
It's got to be the same mindset. I feel like we've been playing win or go home hockey the last 2 months, honestly, and playing win or go home hockey that just wants to learn and wants to get better, and he's not. He's got a ton of skill. A lot more than I do, but he just wants to learn, and he's asking me questions. He's asking guys questions about where to go, and he's only going to get better and better from here, and he's been great so far.
What have you learned about your team, or what's impressed you most about your team through the first 4 games here?
We've stuck together. We believe in each other, and I think you guys can agree that every single game this series, it could have gone either way, and I think we all know that, and we have that belief in each other, and we're not going to go down without a fight.
How's your Russian going?
My Russian's not going great. Still working on my French first, and then we'll work on the Russian after that.
They've been pretty good at towing the line so far in this series. Do you think you guys could take maybe a little bit more liberties as far as towing that famous line?
I don't know. I think the best thing for us is to just, playing our game, not getting too distracted with all that stuff, and we believe in each other and the way we play, and you don't need to get caught up in all that stuff.
How do you guys feel about how you can weather injuries? Injuries are going to come up in playoffs. The depth that you guys have, you feel like the team is built nicely for that.
Yeah, this whole year there's been some small injuries, or we miss a guy for a couple games, or some bigger ones where guys have to take bigger roles, and I feel like everyone's reacted well to that and adjusted well to that. And again, it comes back to belief in the system and belief in the team. And when one guy goes down, it's tough to see, but the next guy's coming in, and we believe in him.
Thanks, Jake. It's 4 games now for you in the playoffs. What's the biggest thing you might have learned from the NHL playoff compared to regular season?
I don't know, just a game so physical, yeah, and I think that's it.
Is it the most physical you ever played?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. How much do you like the physical game?
It's good, yeah. I think Maybe in the first game it's probably hard to me, but now it's good.
You feel like you've made the adjustment?
Yeah.
Did playing with Jake Evans help you maybe adjust?
Yeah, for sure. Jakey and Alex Newhook, we always talk, and they both help me.
Playing the first unit, the power play, could it be helping you also 5-on-5 because you have more touches during power play time?
Yeah, for sure it's helping feel more confident.
What did you think about the atmosphere of the two playoff games in Montreal?
So amazing, I'll say, yeah, because it's crazy.
You had your. Did you get from the get-go with these 4 other guys?
Good, yeah. All of the guys, the lines, yeah.
Is it a lot to learn for you, or do you feel like you have a lot of support from everyone to make sure you understand everything?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ivan.
Teams are good. But the defensive side of things were actually pretty good too. So I think just working on our O-zone a little bit more, getting more pucks to the nets, with traffic and stuff, and creating our offense that way. I think we just gotta simplify in that zone and just create more.
Tom Wilson had a big impact last game. As a team, how do you guys go about controlling things? I know Josh has done a pretty good job individually.
Yeah, I mean, he plays the game hard. He's obviously well respected on their team and stuff, and does a lot of good things. And obviously Andy's kind of been that same way for us. So just kind of get in his way a little bit out there. Kind of getting in the way of his speed and his presence is huge to kind of let our D go back and break out pucks. But you just got to know when he's out there. He's been effective so far, but we just got to focus on us.
Power play unit, first power play unit you guys had looked at, you actually put a calendar on it, 22 years, 123 days. You're a very young group and you can be the core of the power play on this franchise for a lot of years to come. Do you guys even look at that when you're on the ice? Do you just realize that the growth potential is so great?
No, I think every time we go out there we're just trying to score. Just trying to get your guys out there that are going to make plays and make an impact on those 2 minutes. So we're just going to keep competing and hopefully keep scoring.
Is it kind of crazy to know that Nick is like the old guy on that unit?
Nick is old. He is old.
How did you like the way Ivan adapted to playing on the first unit like that?
Great. I think. Is he still over there?
Yeah, he's there.
Damn it. No, he's been good ever since he's got over here. He's taken this like a pro. He's obviously one hell of a hockey player, but his compete, his drive to want to be the best, it's very noticeable, and he hops in anywhere, and he's one of the best players on the ice. So very lucky, and all of his touches have been good so far.
You're talking about the fact that he's competing, but I guess you need to be smart also to be learning that quickly at the NHL level.
Yeah, he's a very smart hockey player. You can just see the amount of confidence he has to make those plays and execute. I think it's been huge, and it's not easy to come in right into the playoffs too. So not worried about a thing with him.
Aside from Ivan, what helped you being maybe a little more unpredictable as a 5-man unit on the power play in the last 2 games?
I don't know. I think just being quicker with your decisions. It's kind of attack mindset. Anybody can shoot, anybody can have it, and just kind of do what the defense gives you, and again, just attacking more.
Jake Evans told us that Ivan has a lot more skill than he does. Do you feel
and
like
Evans?
Really? You want to double down on that, or?
I sit next to Jake, so I can't say anything. But, I think Ivan has a lot more skill than a lot of guys. So.